Now, Isaiah Sharp with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Forecast nice and cool tonight. Temperatures sitting into those upper 30s, expected to continue to fall. Beautiful shot as always as the holidays ring on in. But before we get to the cooler weather, we got to talk about this November as we come to a close. Yeah, the sunshine. I want to highlight just how warm we have seen. Right now, we are sitting at the second warmest all time ever since recording started in 1877. Maybe previously before that, we could have seen a warmer or a cooler. But since 1877, this is the second warmest. The first warmest was set in 1904, and earlier this week we were a couple of degrees above that. We're now currently averaging 47 degrees. That's 0.1 degrees warmer than the third warmest all time, and so we've got a couple of days to drop that average even more. But take a look at what the normal average is over the last 30 years. 91 to 2020, 40 degrees about on the dot. So we're sitting 7 degrees warmer than that. It has been beautiful up to this point, but we're going to start to see an uptick in some cooler temperatures and some snowfall too. Take a look at Bogus Basin. They're making their own snow right now, and they've got their terrain park open. It's going to be open tomorrow as well. So if you're trying to get a little bit of shredding in, there is an opportunity for it. But this snow, the snowmaking that's happening right now is probably going to be in conjunction with some snowfall that's going to move on in. Take a look as overnight we are going to be expecting some snowfall, trace amounts, but potentially half an inch expected in the Boise area, 1 to 2 inches up into those mountain ranges. Twin Falls is going to see some activity as well. The Oahe is going to get a light dusting on top of that too. The rest of Sunday, a little bit of a different story. As you can see, nice and clear skies going into the rest of the day. Monday, expecting to see some cloud coverage, and then heading into Tuesday, a little bit more of an uptick in some snowfall. So let's take a look. This cold front and low pressure system is going to be dropping those temperatures, bringing in some of that snow, and then clear conditions for the rest of Sunday. Clear conditions Monday, some cloud coverage starting to develop, but then take a look as Tuesday is going to have a little bit more snowfall on the way. The Oahe is going to receive a fair bit on top of that too. This is Tuesday morning. Tuesday day, even more activity and some very cool conditions. You can see the purple on your screen. It's the reason why I wore purple today, because that cool Canadian air going to be dropping on in, bringing in very cool temperatures. We're talking teens as the overnight lows for some valley floors. Twin Falls sitting at about 20 degrees on the dot for the overnight low, and that could fall even further with just how cool it's been. But more snow is on the way. Clearer conditions expected Wednesday heading into the rest of the week, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer before more snowfall comes on in. Here's that first wave expected to move in on Sunday. Like I mentioned, about half an inch in Boise, up at Bogus sitting at 1.6, but everybody not really breaking anything crazy. 3 inches over at Magic, 3 inches at Pomerel. Take a look what happens as we go into December. Not too much of a shift for the valley floors, but man, those mountains are getting it. 8 inches up at Bogus, 10 near Tamarack, 15 up at Brundage, 13 over at Magic, 17 at Pomerel. Skiers and snowboarders rejoice. We're finally getting the snowfall we've been waiting for, and the pattern is starting to shift. This is what a La Nina winter actually looks like. For the longest time, it was drier than normal conditions, but now we're starting to develop the wetter than normal weather, and the cool down on the way in conjunction with the wetter weather. That's going to be more snowfall for those mountain ranges. So this is something we're going to be paying attention to heading into the month of December. Stick around. I've got my extended forecast coming up in just a few moments.